So here we go with the attempt to fix the Garrett ProPointer that Jetskijohn sent me in trade for one of my wicked diggers. I've got a bunch more up here that I need to finish. Got to put the knife edges on them like this back here, and the serrated edge and handles and stuff. So I just got to finish those. So what we got here, we got to see what's going on. He said the button don't work. Now this is halfway pulled out, so let's pull this the rest of the way out. Pull it out. There's the on-off button, and that's supposed to be springy inside, but it doesn't spring back. All these coil wires are now broken off. I don't know which one goes to which side, so we'll have to experiment. I'll get back to you. Alright, so we got it apart. Took the other black wire off of the center connection here, and then these two sides are for the red. Now all that red wire is it's a long wire that starts up here, right there. It goes down and wraps around and around and around and around a piece of ferrite that's probably 1.5 inches long. It wraps around it, I don't know. The kit that I built said 110 times. I don't know what theirs is, but it goes all the way down and comes back. So either end of that should be okay on either side of those. The main issue is this power button. Okay. Now there's supposed to be a spring loaded thingy in there, so that when you push on this little white button, it acts like a ballpoint pen. You click it down, it stays down, leaving the unit on. You click it again, it comes up, letting the connections go. So what I did figure out from there is that if I take a battery, stick it in here the way it's supposed to go to the other side of this switch to there's 6 posts where it's soldered in. Conveniently, I believe it only uses 4, these front 2 and these back 2, but I think I have to jump all 4 of them. So what I'm going to do is extend the leads off of here and bring them to this button here for now to see if my idea works. That works. Then if that's the case and everything tests fine, I'll get hopefully a better switch, still use the same jump leads, and maybe hopefully mount it a little bit better. So let's see how we go. Alright, so we've got our jumper leads on now, connecting those two to each other, and those two to each other. Got our battery in. You can hear the fireworks from the neighbors. And now we press the battery in like it's turning on, and that's our test leads for now. Next step is to reattach the coil to, take this out for now. We need to reattach the coil to these 3 posts here. Black in the middle, red on either side. That's going to be tricky because, as you can see, they don't stick out very far. So that's going to be the trick. And then we'll test it and see how we go. Be right back. Okay, so we got the solders, the leads back on. Black one in the middle, red on either side, not touching. So now we're going to put a battery in there, and of course this is a metal table, so if it does work it's going to go off right away. So let's see if that proves to be true. Oh no, because you gotta, see, this is where Old Guy Productions comes in handy. Remember that video where he said up, on, down, beep, up, on, down, beep? We got to do that. Put the battery in, up, on. I'll hold it against my chest, and we'll take this is metal. Oh crap, dropped my battery. I got my battery. So that works. I'm going to reinforce the solder joints a little bit more. Solder, try and bring it all the way through, make a solid connection. Figure out how to weasel it back in so that these, I know you're still on macro so it's not very clear, so that these leads pop out the buttonhole. So here we can see where the old button used to come out, and what I did was I drilled a small hole over here, snaked this wire with a hook on it down in here, closed the hook around the two loops, and as I pushed the circuit board in, I pulled these two wires out. So now we have this. There it is, all fixed up, bandaged up, nice and neat. Looks just like it came out of the package. You would never know. You would never know that there was any repairs done to this. It's very inconspicuous, very stealthy. Okay. Very mystifying. You can't tell that I've done anything to it. I think it's going to be hard to keep that bandage clean though. I'm going to have to take the whole roll out with me, or buy a different micro switch. So we went out and bought a better switch for the ProPointer fix. Radio Shack part number 2750612. It's just a sub-mini toggle switch. And here's what it looked like underneath. So that's the hole we drilled. There's the button. Of course it was supposed to be there, but we fixed it. Now let's get this switch somewhere in place. So here's the new switch. I put a little dab of super glue underneath it on either side. Once that dries, it shouldn't move too much. I got the zip ties holding it in place. I'm going to try and seal up that hole with some gooey adhesive fix-all by the Super Glue Company. Let's see how it works. Okay. He's gooped up so no water will get in the hole. I'm just waiting for that super glue to dry a little bit better. Well, I had a lot more video to show you guys, but apparently with this newfangled digital cameras nowadays, you're supposed to actually push the button to make it record. I know I always check it, but I didn't check it this time because I was positive I was recording because I pushed the button. But apparently it timed out. So to fill you in on what you missed, which wasn't much, you saw me apply the goop, or after I applied the goop to fill that hole so no water gets in there. That's super glued in. I just neatly wrapped it with some electrical tape. This way here, the worst case thing is if that gets wet down in there, I just take the tape off and resolder a new switch. But that's the finished product right there. And remember, up on, down beat.